Hello and welcome to round 4 of the 2025 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships presented by Discmania Disc. We're at our final major of the year and our first World Championships here in Finland. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the Two Hot Geeks.
Honk.
Back at the Beast for Moving Day today, Cut Day, and Championship Sunday tomorrow.
Yep, we are going to watch the same card we watched yesterday, but at a wildly different course. Iida, Lehtomäki, Scoggins, Henna, Blomroos, and Silva Saarinen are going to be attacking the Beast today. A lot of OB-laden fairways, but we start out with this nice little friendly number.
Hole 1 is a par 3, 322 feet, a friendly number indeed. Ideally, that number is 2. As you go through this really nice wide gap, just a slight hyzer. It plays downhill, so you don't have to throw a full-speed driver. We'll see a variety, I think, of discs here. You do have to beat a couple guardian trees to get onto the putting surface, and it is an elevated pin, so definitely not a guaranteed birdie, but one everyone is hoping to have a look at.
Representing Team Innova and Finland,
Iida, Lehtomäki.
Okay, well, that's adorable.
The cutest thing ever. We are newfound huge Iida fans in the booth. 71% fairway hits after 2 rounds at the Monster is incredible. Iida has a confidence that is very unshakable. She is so consistent, wildly consistent for being so new to competitive disc golf.
Jeez, and she's just gonna start with a base hit. Why not?
We started out the first 6 holes yesterday with our jaws on the floor the whole time, and like she's just gonna do this now too in the rain.
That's the thing. She played amazing. She was 5 down through 6 at the Monster. Did cool off, but stayed strong through the middle and the back 9, finishing with a 4 under to stay in a tie for first.
representing Team Innova and United States,
Scoggins.
But the Beast is a much more open course, caters to distance. I think I don't know, we could see some lights out golf today.
Own lights out on the putting green this week. She's 94% circle 1. She missed a couple yesterday while getting mildly frazzled in the middle of the round after a triple bogey, and that's a tough one to take at the World Championships.
And she gets inside the circle for a look.
representing Team Innova and Finland,
Henna, Blomroos.
I really like what we're doing.
Yeah, I want this to be a thing. They had a DJ on hole 1 yesterday too at Nokia. I'm sure they had it today. Just the vibes are high, even in the rain.
Henna is still putting together some solid rounds, a little bit low on the Circle 1X putting percentage. Getting herself in position, just needs to cash a few more, but only 2 strokes back.
A little early off the tee here.
representing Team MVP and Finland,
Silva, Saarinen.
Silva fresh off of a major victory at the European Disc Golf Festival in Estonia 2 weeks ago. She's 86% Circle 1X putting and 70% fairway hit, and that is a deadly combo.
Silva is similar to Henna, just not quite putting together the round that she wanted, and I think she was in position to score a lot more than she did yesterday and felt that frustration.
Just a little bit off here and there.
It did rain today, but it looks like it has held off for lead card.
That was a very, very friendly tree. It drops off significantly behind the basket, and that would have easily found circle 2. Yeah, it rained pretty much all night. It started at around midnight and did not let up for a lot of the night. So it's pretty boggy out here, very, very wet ground conditions, wet baskets, and it just continues to drizzle as the morning progresses. Own off the cage, gonna have some work left to do for a par save. The whole time, Iida just in the bullseye.
And a great comebacker from Own.
Wow, that's so impressive. It's so uphill. These elevated baskets are slightly taller than the lighthouses we use on the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Also just so impressive not to be fazed by, a putt that's the same distance as what you missed. And a nice save from Silva. Both her shots were not quite her normal style, so we'll see if she can clean that up, dial it in as we keep going.
Only 25% of the field birdieing this hole, and I think that's only because it's hole 1. If it was in the middle of the round, it would be one of those holes that everyone birdies. But yeah, a really nice, gentle challenge of a starting hole that still makes itself hard. There was only 10 birdies on hole 1.
Iida is 15. I looked it up.
So,
And in the lead.
So for cut day today, the top 50% of the field goes on for the final round. That's 44 competitors, but only 36 cash. So everyone's just trying to move their way up the leaderboard. Hole 2 is one that you can attack on and hopefully make some headway. It's 312 feet, but it plays more like 340 or 350.
Yeah.
It's a big turning shot with that OB line pinching on the left-hand side. So if you get any sort of finish at all, you will find OB fairly quickly. If you have a distance forehand, I think that's the safest play. But oftentimes that puts you just barely into circle 2 or squeaking into circle 1.
We have a lot of finish on this card, honestly.
Yeah, we do.
Iida gonna throw the turning backhand shot. And even with a few little branch hits, she is inside the circle.
Own laser focused.
Was the cut not for the top 36?
No, that's the cash line. The cut line is 50%, so the top
Gotcha.
44 in ties.
All right.
So yeah, it's just like the European Disc Golf Championship where there were people that will make the cut and not make cash.
Gotcha.
Ona unfortunately going to slide out of bounds, just getting a little too much finish on that flight. She's going to be putting from around mid-circle 2, I believe.
Yeah, pretty far. Henna not happy with that one out of her hand. Gonna catch pretty early outside circle 2.
The rain today was tricky because it wasn't at all times heavy. I mean, every once in a while it would get pretty dumpy. And honestly, that was better than the drizzly times because the wind would blow and you would just get all wet, even with an umbrella.
Almost like a fog out there.
Yeah,
Just
it was misty.
misty.
Blowing mist.
Silva just gonna lay that one up.
Only 11 out of 44 competitors in the C pool landing in circle 1 in regulation, while 27 got to circle 2. Both Henna and Silva, unfortunately, not able to get to the putting green.
Some solid layups. Here's Own trying to save her par after that OB stroke.
Oh, she's closer to the edge of the circle.
Iida 1 foot inside the circle. Cash.
That putting stroke looks so true.
Yeah, her putt is deadly. Do you remember? Let's see. I'm gonna check her putting percentage yesterday.
Own a little left side. After hitting that huge circle 1 putt, kind of surprising to see her not hit that one right in the middle of the chains.
Iida was 83% circle 1 yesterday, 17% circle 2. Felt like more though.
It
And
did,
a lot of
because-
them were long.
I think because she didn't have to putt a whole lot. She kept just basing it.
Yeah, it's true.
She was finding the bullseye pretty regularly. And that's going to be a 3-stroke swing here from Iida to Own, taking, unfortunately, a 5 on this
Yeah.
par 3.
Own gonna drop back to a tie with Henna, and that's a pretty big gap here.
Yeah, just like that in 2 holes.
Plus, Iida just like has all this momentum. Birdie start.
Has your game gotten stale?
Yo, bro. Looking a little gray. Try some color. Thanks, Ledgestone.
This is the Ledgestone finale. 10 days of massive drops starting August 6th. Add some color to your game. Visit shopledgestone.com today.
Hole 3 is a par 5, 787 feet. You're going to see most women lay up to the corner before going across. We have seen some attempt to go across on the first, but it is very far, very technical. Second shot, you're just trying to get up as far as you can in the left and right laden OB. Just keep it in the center, and then the third shot, ideally, you're getting up close to the pin if you can, but most of the time if you're laying up, it's more of a par play. There's a hill to navigate on the green, there's some final guardian trees that can be in the way, and there's OB right behind the basket, so it can make for some tough putting.
Iida going for it.
Yeah. She's gonna just do it too. Check it out. Come on. Yep.
By a mile.
And a mile, it's funny, is like 15 feet.
Yeah, but I swear, last year it was a little bit more reachable. I think they pulled that OB line back a good bit this year. And most players that are making it across are crawling.
Oh no,
over that
I
line.
agree with you. That is a mile.
That is a
But when
mile.
you look at it,
Like Henna, one of the farthest throwers in the game right now, not able to get there.
man, and what a way to put the pressure on her card mates. Not that she's thinking that necessarily, but I'm sure they're feeling it.
See Silva trying to flip something up, and it is not going to make it. That looks like the wind is maybe a left to right crosswind. Owen just gonna lay up and not. Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty fortunate.
Very fortunate.
It's funny how easy it is to land right next to that silly little tree. And I'm surprised to see her go backhand here. Classic Owen.
Me too.
Sets up really nicely for the forehand with those trees right there, but that's great.
Yeah, she really has to mess around with those branches, but it's perfect. Henna taking with her shot with an OB stroke from the short side. She's going to try to go huge here, but that has got to get down.
It is huge. Wow.
A really nice straight finish.
That was great. This also looks good.
Yeah, Silva doing a great job working that right side fairway.
Iida in position to attack for birdie, not a place many FPO find themselves in.
She's got plenty of room on the left side. It bubbles out nicely after this big tree. And she's going to be in the wide open with a little chip shot left to the green. Owen's third, she prefers, looks like the left side of the fair. Oh, right side of the fairway it is.
Silva going standstill on the fourth. A lot of work left here to try to get all the way there, and she's putting a really great move on this. Wow. Dangerous putt, but an impressive effort.
Yeah, this is one of the scariest greens of the day. It is perched on a little mound with OB just behind it, and it comes into play so often.
And Henna, with that recovery shot, gonna find herself inside the circle trying to save par after going OB off the tee, which is really impressive.
It really is.
Like, here's Owen after chipping up and being inbounds. Not much farther ahead.
No.
Henna's second shot was crazy. Ooh.
Owen with a little bit of a wild follow through there, maybe a little slippery, but doesn't quite look as tight as she usually does on her approaches. Iida just outside of the bullseye.
And Iida, the only person that we've seen string together 4 birdies in a row, kind of on track to do it.
This is such a scary putt to run.
Yeah, and the comebacker's so tough with those branches right there.
Very rare for Silva to not at least draw some metal.
Dang, and this one's for double bogey. She cans it, though.
This played as a tie for the 4th most difficult hole of the day. There were only 3 birdies on hole 3 today in these blustery conditions. Henna is not going to mess with that putt. I honestly very much admire that decision because it can get out of control quickly.
I like being a little out of control. Oh, Iida
Wow.
in control.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like. I think I would like that better. I just don't know how to do it.
Iida, one of those 3 birdies, the other, Paige Pierce and Evelina Salonen. Only 4 competitors found circle 1 in regulation. Only 8 found circle 2 in regulation.
Wow, and Iida
Oh.
taking at least 2 to 3 strokes on her card mates. Wow.
All of them.
Okay. Have we talked about her enough yet, or should we just keep talking about her, you think? I mean,
Didn't you say yesterday that she only has like mostly junior titles
yeah.
and amateur titles? So she's so
and
new
one
to
silver
professional.
European Silver Series.
Yeah, one silver series, which is big.
Yeah.
Speaking of big, hole 4, 617 feet, low ceiling the whole way. Not much room if you're trying to set yourself up for birdie, but you have to go huge. You need to finish to the right so that you can line yourself up for this second shot that I just don't quite understand a backhand getting there. I think you really need a distance forehand if you're trying to birdie this one. But most players just playing this for 4, trying to keep something in the middle and at the very least maybe get themselves a long putt.
And that had the right shape to it, but Iida catching an early tree. Honestly, not the worst break.
No, she's still way down there. She's going to have a funky second shot. The trees kind of play checkerboard over there. Henna with a double kick. First one's almost good. The second one, we'll see what she has to work with. You never quite know what you're going to get on that left side.
Own going forehand. I do like this play a lot. She pulls it pretty wide left, but it looks like it's going to work out all right.
Yeah, that was definitely overturned from what she wanted.
That looks pured. Ooh, little too much turn. Turns into a cut roller at the very end.
Oh, Henna not as bad as I thought here. She still pretty centered up. Uh-oh. And that's going to be a tricky approach shot. This left side by these bushes, it gets very dense very quickly, and I'm sure it's really wet today as well. Silva with a reverse patent pending, just trying to chip something out into the middle of the fairway, not trying to get too aggressive here. It's difficult to get your disc to lay down anywhere around that yellow stake.
Anywhere around any of this fairway, honestly.
That's true. The whole thing is a pretty severe right to left down slope.
And a nice shot to the middle of the fairway from Iida.
Hole 4 is in that tie for the 4th most difficult hole of the day with hole 3.
Were there any birdies on this one in round 1?
There was one. Oh, let me see.
I want to say there, like, it was probably 1 or 2, one of those holes.
There was one birdie by Olivia Kinstedt from Norway. So impressive. She had a 20-footer.
Nice.
Would love to see those drives.
Iida's 3rd in position for a par, relatively short putt for her, it seems like.
Today, again, only one competitor got to circle 1 in regulation. Only 2 got to circle 2 in regulation. So not a lot of putting happening on hole 4, which is kind of expected.
Oh. Cool shot. Own up there for an easy par.
Man, Henna looks like she protruded pretty deep into this foliage.
Oh, you can go deeper. There's a tunnel in there.
I know there is. Oh, and Henna tries to throw this flexing forehand. It almost pans, but unfortunately just a little bit too high. She's got a very long putt to save par.
Silva for par. Nice.
I love that little up-down putt.
Mm-hmm.
There's a word for it, right? I'm just not coming up with it.
I like what you're saying. Elevator?
Yeah, a little push putt. She's got both of them. She can push and spin.
Yeah.
Iida with the dead center spin putt.
Honestly, this feels like a par 4.5, so 4
Yeah.
feels pretty dang good on this one.
Sure does. Like a half birdie.
Which half?
No. I don't know.
Legs.
Why is it such a hard question?
Legs and tail.
Don't forget, this is a 5-round event. Usually we're always loopy on Championship Sunday, but today we get to be loopy on moving day.
And wow, no one else on the card with a birdie. Iida with 3 of them.
Whoa.
Hole 5, a scoreable par 3, but not necessarily super easy. 335 feet, but plays downhill, so it's not really the distance that's the challenge. It's these final guardian trees and this right to left slope. A backhand mid-range, if you can get it all the way there, is really nice. Something slow speed to grab in the wood chips is ideal. You see, I think, a lot of backhands that turn over to the right. That's probably the most common and safest mistake to make. If you hyzer out down the hill left, you can have some tricky approaches. I also like a forehand here. You can get it all the way there and it finishes safe on the right side.
Wow.
Sweet.
It's perfect. Dead
Nah,
straight.
I mean, it's not bullseye.
Nah, short.
Sure.
Finding circle 1 here is so good, especially in these conditions. Here's Owen working that forehand line. I like this play as well. It feels a lot safer. It does leave you with some interesting putting situations at times.
Silva working that right side. What a pretty slow flip up.
Wow.
Okay, see, that's perfect.
Yeah.
See. Yeah, give her a follow flight.
You know what this disc is? Sometimes Worlds Week we don't get our disc lists that we would like.
Wow. Beautiful.
That looked very hexy, but it also could have even been a putter.
Might be a neutron echo is what we're going to say.
Cool. And here's Henna doing what she does. Look at this beautiful slow speed flip up shot coming into the green.
So close to a tap in.
I can't believe it jumped over that little wall. I almost want that wall to be just like a touch taller. I feel
Yeah.
like it would make this hole better.
Just like,
Like
not too much.
We're talking 2
Couple
inches.
yeah.
Own all over the chains. Coming in hyzer and the basket says no.
Iida through champion Mako 3 to get there, it looks like.
And a tester putt for sure. Death putt. Right? It drops off so quickly behind this basket, and she just makes that look so comfortable. Henna feeling the pressure a little bit, and sadly, with a good shot, not quite able to capitalize on the birdie. This played as the second easiest hole of the day, so it also just feels awful to let this one slip through your fingers in general. You just don't necessarily get a ton of birdie opportunities out here, especially in bad conditions.
Really slippery fingers in these conditions. Okay, do you see this? 14 down, 7 strokes ahead of Own. Come on. How'd that happen so quickly?
Just like that. We're only on hole 6. This par 3 is not as gettable as the most of the ones on this course. It's 328 feet, but it plays closer to 360. You see a ton of shots landing right in this little dirt patch you can see just before the wood chip start, and a lot of circle 2 putts uphill. You don't surprisingly see very many rollaways on this green. They have this nice little flat thing right under the basket, but a lot of little chip shots from inside circle 2 from the shrubbery on the left and right side of the gap.
Pinned. Okay, no.
That little dead stumpy tree on the left side really gets into your head. You see a lot of competitors pulling a disc to the right, just like Iida just did. A very friendly kick, though, to the left.
Nice straight shot from Silva, keeping it low and getting into circle 2.
I love that shot. Only 3 competitors finding circle 1 in regulation. A lot of competitors hitting that early tree. I have found it myself, and it is no fun to try to recover on this hole, even with the extra 50 feet you get to that tree.
Ooh, I like the height here from Henna. Ooh, that looks so
man.
close to perfect.
Owen trying to work a standstill flex forehand. We watched her throw a few of these at the monster really well. That one gets knocked down pretty early. She still has a bit of an approach left, but no problem for Owen.
Easy money. I want to say it's surprising that we aren't seeing more birdies from our lead card here, but it's really not. I mean, it's
No.
raining, the conditions are hard. What is surprising is that Iida looks like there's absolutely nothing wrong. It's just a normal day, normal course, just like on pace to maybe shoot a course record. Easy breezy.
On the World Championships week, on moving day. Yeah, only 3 competitors getting to circle 1 in regulation. I think this is one that everyone feels is a mega bonus. Oh my goodness. Silva with all of the cage ramping off. Thankfully, it sits down.
Henna in for par.
But Iida taking another stroke on 2 of her competitors on hole 6. There was one birdie today, Rachel Turton. She was 13 feet from the basket. Incredible.
So good.
Only 4 holes on the Beast today, averaged under par. We've already played 3 of them. So the rest of the course.
That is discouraging. Good thing they don't know that.
Yeah. Yep. I was very happy to not have to play this course in the rain. It requires so many committed distance shots, especially second shots in grassy fairways, and it's just so tough to trust your footing when it's as wet as it is out there today.
Hole 7, another very difficult par 4, 627 feet. It's the same as MPO, and the main problem is even if you pipe a drive down this pretty difficult hallway to right here, it doesn't really set you up very well to attack this precarious pin. We're flying down the biggest hallway, that's what you're trying to go down, but there are some gaps left and right if you find yourself off the main fairway. That is a mini cliff. You do not want to go down there. You need to really control your speed on the approach shot. First things first, get as far as you can down this, and then maybe even like up and to the left a little bit if possible.
Oh,
That's good.
Yeah, what a friendly little bounce. Those shots oftentimes will kick to the right. Iida going to be in the flat. This played is the third most difficult hole of the day, with over half the field taking a bogey or worse. This tee shot does really set the tone for the rest of the hole, like Erika said, but also you can throw legitimately 2 of the shots of your life and have a deep circle 2 putt. So it's just one of those long par 4s that we see a ton of at the Beast, and I do like that sometimes, but we do a lot of them here. It can be very grating and really wear on you mentally, especially on an already rainy day.
Imagine, you at home, you're listening to us talk about how draining it is. Like, imagine doing it.
Yeah, try to.
Owen with a really unfortunate roll there. It's so brutal on the right side.
Owen really having to battle today. She's had quite a few little unfortunate rolls and bounces. You can see Henna kind of sliding around in the mud here. She's getting to where, oh my goodness. She initially landed where Ida's drive lands, but gets a weird little bounce, and she's going to be out of position to be able to attack.
Owen actually able to work a run up from down there. A lot of times you're not left with much, and that's really impressive.
That's so impressive.
That was a full drive from down there.
Silva maybe doesn't have quite as much of an option here. She's trying to poke through the right side.
And that's kind of more often what you're left with.
Man,
don't get me wrong, Owen shot was amazing. But...
Yes, it really was. This doesn't seem like it got that much easier.
Oh, it just keeps getting worse.
Silva maybe a little bit on tilt right now.
Oh boy. It's still so bad. Okay, she's out.
Oh my gosh, and we're just to Ida's drive.
Second shot here. That looks so good. And that's not even a circle 2, and those are 2 really impressive shots.
That's such a good shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
I can't believe she followed up that good of a drive with that shot, that second shot. It's so hard to not hit any trees.
Who is she? How's she doing this?
Wow, Henna getting immense power from a knee. And you can see she's still way deep in the fairway. She's outside of circle 3. Yeah, Iida is blowing my mind right now.
So impressive.
Yeah, and what a beautiful little turning shot. It's very difficult with these low-hanging branches on the right side. Yay, we get to watch it again. This is a terrifying shot, legitimately. Making sure that your disc doesn't blast over the top of this hillside. If you miss to the right of this basket, it's a 45-degree angle type of a hill for 80 to 100 feet down.
It's pretty crazy that it took 3 pitch outs from Silva, and she's still only looking at a single bogey.
Yes.
Ooh. Maybe it stayed up there a little.
Yeah, that could have been some really nice tree love.
And this is so easy to leave short and leave yourself a long putt. Henna, wow, managing that so perfectly.
Yeah, pinning this shot is very impressive. Iida having to line up her putt underneath these low-hanging branches. Perfect.
Nice. Disc golf is easy.
There were no birdies on the hole today. No one to circle 1 in regulation or circle 2 in regulation.
Oh, wow. What a putt.
That was an insane par from Owen Scoggins.
Wow.
No one's ever played the hole like that. That second shot, wow.
I don't think anyone ever will again.
No. And Silva, unfortunately, taking her second double bogey of the round, with something we don't see very often from Silva Saarinen. We have had so few rain rounds this year that it's hard to really speak on how players have a tendency to do in adverse conditions. We are dealing with wind all the time, but I think the last rain round was in Kansas City.
Yeah,
maybe there was one
in
Portland. But yeah, we just haven't thankfully had to deal with too many in the mornings for FPO rounds. All that talk about slippery conditions, and we should really comment on the fact that these tee pads rule. Some of the best tee pads we've ever played on, in
Yeah,
my
I
opinion.
really like them as well. Big fan of the turf.
Yeah, have not noticed any problems. They've really mastered tee pad design here in Finland on both of these courses, and they really held up today in the wet conditions. This is a very straightforward 236-foot par 3. Plays, of course, longer than that 236-foot distance. It feels like 310 or 320 to me. You really want to make sure you give this one height, let it have time to come back to the left, because the basket is a little more left than just throwing a straight shot.
And what a surprise, it's perfect.
It's so good. Perfect speed, perfect distance.
Own with a little bit lower line. Looks like it has enough juice to, I was going to say maybe skip over. Those hay bales are, what, just right at circle's edge?
Yeah,
Maybe just
so.
outside?
I think so.
Just a reminder, the best round we saw in round 1 was from Henna. It was a 6 down. And Iida is very much on track to demolish that. But you never know. I mean, they call it the beast for a reason. I still don't exactly know that reason, but my guess is because it's hard.
I think that's a really good guess. Really smart commentary.
Thank
you.
you.
Today. Silva with a nice little shot, barely getting above the hay bales, but sliding up into circle 1. Owen with a very tricky look here. She's forced to just lay up. This mound can be very brutal. I've seen a bunch of rollaways here. So a lot of players opting to do just what Owen and Henna are doing. 21 competitors got to circle 1 in regulation. 36 out of our 43 got to circle 2, and there was only 10 birdies.
A lot of right side chains, even the pole. And Silva gonna spit out, and that hurts after being in position and getting a couple double bogeys early in the round.
Yeah, it starts to feel crucial to get a birdie.
Gosh, Iida to go 5 down through 8.
We got a long walk as we head back across the street. This is the second of, I believe, 6 street crossings that we do on this course that really fits in like puzzle pieces into this neighborhood that the park is in.
Here we are, hole 9. It's 361 feet, and that feels about right. It's reachable, but pretty technical. I think the best way to get there is with a backhand, kind of taking maybe a slightly tighter line than what the drone is flying. You want to keep that thing turning pretty much the whole way. There is OB on the right that can absolutely come into play if you overturn your disc. I suppose there's OB deep for some of these big crushers. You don't usually see that happen. Forehand works great, though it takes crazy distance to get it all the way there. It's more of a par play or maybe a circle 2 look.
I got to watch a lefty play this hole yesterday. I didn't realize that there was a nice big lefty like hyzer line over the hill. It was very impressive.
It takes a little extra distance though to get it all the way there, taking that line.
Yeah, that for the backhand. The lefty backhand is like plenty.
Nice shot. Iida finding the circle again. She's freaking deadly out there, man.
I wish I had a little bit more info on what the wind was doing here. It looks like it might be a headwind. Oh, and what a brutal kick for Owen.
Owen's just kind of getting worked out there.
Yeah, she really is.
And you don't see her usually look this dejected.
She's had 3 or 4 pretty unfriendly kicks.
Nice shape here from Henna, just maybe a tiny bit lower than what she wanted, but she finds circle 2.
Henna's someone that has to worry about accidentally going too deep on this hole. Silva putting a lot of height on this one, really messing around with the tree branches. Unfortunately, they're going to steal a little bit of thunder. She's still just outside circle 1.
Laying up her third, looking at another bogey. Rough front nine for Owen.
Oh.
Whoa, I have never seen that before.
Huh.
Looks like it just slipped right out of her hand.
Huh.
Like just the disc was maybe wet and just
Yeah.
fell out in her pump fake. I've never seen that. That's pretty wild.
Silva,
Vibes are kind of tough out here right now.
I know. Silva looking a little non-committal there. Not quite like her normal putting stroke. Iida, buttery
Okay.
smooth.
Yeah. You want the vibes? She's got all the vibes for everybody. 6 down through 9.
So I know watching Iida play kind of makes me like shaking my boots a little bit, but it seems like the rest of our card is feeling that. Own really good at not comparing herself to anybody. Obviously, her game plan is so wildly different from most of the field. I think she's probably not considering it. She's just having a rough time on the course.
Getting worked.
Nice little par comeback putt from Silva. There were only 5 birdies on hole 9. This is one that I think most of the field is considering wanting to at least have a putt here, but our lead card just not quite finding the way today.
Whew. Wow. Iida beating her card mates by at least 9 strokes or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
This is a pretty stark contrast. The rest of the field kind of on a similar plane as the rest of our lead card. Only a couple of players here and there under par as we move down the leaderboard. Looks like to be in the top 10, they're all around 8 strokes over par. And yeah, not many players going backwards today on the scorecards. Everyone is adding strokes out here at the Beast. It is playing rough. We do have 9 more holes here on moving day. Thankfully, the conditions do clean up a little bit. It stays wet, of course, but no, the rain kind of knocks it off. The sun even pops out a little bit. It gets a little bit warmer, and hopefully more pristine conditions for our lead card to turn it around and Iida to continue on her hot streak. We'll see you guys on the back 9 out here at the Beast. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.
And please subscribe to the Jomez YouTube channel. Help us get to 500,000, baby.
We're so close. Thank you for everyone that has already subscribed. We'll see you guys on the back.